Good evening, everyone. This is the continuation of the Philippine folk dances. The first Philippine folk dance that I will going to discuss is the Mazorca de Hagna. Mazorca de Hagna is a mazorca named after Hagna town. It is a dance culture from lowland Christians in Hagna, Bohol, and this dance is used in festivals. So this dance is originally named after the dance mazurka or Polish mazurik. Mazurka is a Polish folk dance. Polish, which means a folk dance from Poland. It is a Poland dance for a circle of couples characterized by stamping feet and clicking heels, and traditionally danced to the music of the village band. So this Mazorca de Hagna is a courtship dance inspired by Spaniards. This dance is one of the dances that the Spaniards brought and introduced in the Philippines during the Hispanic period. So maybe you're intrigued that how comes that the dance of Poland was called to be inspired by Spaniards. So it was like this. So the history behind this dance, Mazurka, so this dance is a mazurka dance was a common as a popular dance in Europe before during the mid-late 19th century. So by this reason, as the Poland and Spain belong the same continent, which is the Europe, then that was the reason why the Spaniards was being able to introduce the mazurka dance during the colonization here in the Philippines. So we all know that during in which time of their colonization here in the Philippines, which lasts for about 300 years, our local culture was markedly influenced by them. So and resulting to those dances that being adapted by the Filipinos, and one of those is the mazurka dance. So the name Mazorca de Hagna is breakdown like this. Mazorca is the dance original name, and de Hagna means the place where the dance mazurka is performed, which is in Hagna town, Hagna, Bohol. So the costumes of Mazorca de Hagna. The girl wears an umpire style with a scarf, umpire style or umpire style, which is more likely a dress of an empire, a queen, or it was likely a cozy or a classy dress. While the boys wears barong Tagalog with dark colored pants and a black leather shoes. The music of this dance is in 3/4 or 3/8 time with a forceful accent on the second beat. Count is 1, 2, and 3 to a measure. Now I am going to show to you the step demonstration and to be followed by a dance video sample.
Earlier that I'll be teaching you the mazurka step. Music in 3/4 time signature. Counts 1, 2, 3 to a measure.
This is the basic major step of the mazurka dance.
Cut right sideward with the left foot, count 2. Hop on left foot and beat in rear or in front the right foot close to the ankle of the left foot, count 3. So beat natin siya. It's up to you if dito sa harap, close to the ankle, or dito sa likod. So we have to do that simultaneously. This step may be executed forward, or like this, slide, cut, hop, or obliquely forward. So that's right. Pam, tat, tat. Or sideward. 1, 2, 3. Mas comfortable ako to have the hop and the beat in front. Mas comfortable ako. So I'll do this way. 1, 2, 3. It's up to you which one to follow. If it's beat in front or beat in rear. Tumba pa. So we have executed forward, obliquely forward. So when we say obliquely forward, that's like diagonal forward right or diagonal forward left. This is our forward, this is our oblique, and this is our sideward. Now let's go to the sideward. Pam, pam, pam. Next is going around, also with one foot leading. So going around is like 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, ta, 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 ta. This can be done with group or one person. Note it is most important that the cut be finished with an obliquely straight knee. Straight knee in order that the final action may bring out the knee bent position. So yan. So we have to make our knee straight for the cut. So cut straight, straight knee. So when we hop, we can have our knee bent position. We can have our knee bent for the final position, should I say. In this video, I'll be using the 4 measures going to the right side or sideward right, like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll do the turn or 3-step turn for the prep in preparation for the 4 measures going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and turn, and then we'll do another more measures to the right, other side. Done. We'll just add some folk dance steps.
So, mazurka dihagna. Formation. Partners stand opposite from each other about 6 feet apart. Girl is at the right side of the boy when facing the audience. Now we can see the demonstrated action that was demonstrated a while ago. The slide cut hop was now performed. So that is the mazurka dance. So now let us move on to another Philippine folk dance, which is the pahid folk dance. So pahid is a lively ballroom type of dance which is said to be originated from Capiz. Pahid is a folk dance or the Philippine folk dance that reflects the culture and traditions of the Filipinos. So the word pahid was literally means to wipe off mud from bare foot. Wipe off or tanggalon ang hugaw from a bare foot, wherein from the name itself we can directly tell the type of community that this dance represents. It tells the story of the life of the Filipino farmers and our traditions such as wiping our foot or hinluan atong tiil before we enter our houses. In this sense, this dance and its steps highlighted Filipinos' way of cleaning their feet by stamping, wiping, and twisting their foot or feet to rid off the mud away. This dance steps is performed to anticipate muddy feet entering the house, where doormats are literally laid to welcome the guest, each one wiping their feet as expected of polite and respectful farmers. So from the word itself, pahid, we can really understand what it is about. It is a Bisaya word which is really performing the steps of stamping, wiping, and even twisting our foot to clean up away the mud. The costumes of this dance was the girl wear a kimono, a peasant kimono, and patajong with scarf, while the boy wear a camisa de chino with any colored pants, or colored peasant pants and in a bare foot. The music for this dance is 3/4, composed of two parts, A and B. The count is 1, 2, and 3 to a measure. The formation of this dance is partners face each other about 6 feet apart. When facing audience, girl stands at the right side of the boy. So now let me show to you, or let us watch a sample video of a Pahid folk dance. Pahid folk dance. The music is composed of two parts, A and B. Count is 1, 2, and 3 to a measure. Formation. Partner face each other about 6 feet apart. When facing audience, girl stands the right side of the boy.
Pahid.
So that was the Pahid folk dance. So now let us move on to another dance, which is the Pampel Pilalekan folk dance. Pampel Pilalekan is a dance which means to gently touch the palm. It is a dance from Pangasinan that emerged during the turn of the century. This dance, Palalekan, is a dance among the ballroom, around the ballroom, performing coquettish or flirtatious hide and seek. These dance demonstrate the subtlety of courtship at dance parties of that time, culminating with a couple standing face to face with hands barely touching. During the dance, the amorous touch of the palms of the couples that may last for even an enchanted moment is what Pilalekan all about, or the Pampel Pilalekan is all about. This dance is a dance that demonstrates courtship during the dance parties or during the ballroom parties before doing flirtatious or coquettish hide and seek movements with gently touching the palms while dancing. So the costumes of this dance is the boy wears a barong Tagalog with dark colored pants and black leather shoes, while the girl wears a Maria Clara of Coleliala variation with beaded choco slippers. The music is composed of 3 parts, A, B, and C. The count is 1, 2, and 3 to measure. While the formation of this dance is partners stand opposite each other about 6 feet apart. Girl is at the right side of the boy when facing the ocean. So at this moment, let us watch a sample video of Pampel Pelelekan folk dance.
The Pampil Pilalekan, to gently touch the palms, is a dance from Pangasinan that emerged during the turn of the century. It demonstrates the subtlety of courtship at dance parties of that time, culminating with the couple standing face to face with hands barely touching. Pampil Pilalekan, to be performed by Team Indak.
Formation. Partners stand opposite each other about 6 feet apart. Girl is at the right side of the boy when facing the audience.
Pampil Pilalekan.
So, this dance is a dance that demonstrates courtship during the ballroom dances before. So, we can observe here the flirtatious hide and seek together with the gently touching the palms of the So that is the Pampel Pilalekan folk dance. So the next dance is the Pandango sa Ilaw. Pandango sa Ilaw is a traditional Philippine folk dance that was derived from the Spanish folk dance called Fandango. The sentence, the ilaw, is a Tagalog for inlight, which referred or relates to the 3 oil lamps to be balanced by the dancers on the head and one on the back of each hand. The oil lamp that is used in this dance is named as tinghoy, but sometimes candles are used instead of an oil lamp to replace the tinghoy. This dance is one of the dances that is inspired by Spaniards, so many of the locality has its own version of the dance, resulting to have more than one version of pandango. So, two of most popular versions of pandango as a performing art are the pandango sa ilaw from Mindoro and the pandango o siwas of Pangasinan. This dance, Pandango o Siwas, was similar to the Pandango sa Ilaw of Mindoro and is typically performed by fishermen to celebrate a good catch. In this Pandango version, lamps are placed in clothes or nets and swung around as the dancers circle and sway. While the second version of one of the most popular pandango is the pandango sa ilaw dance with the oil lamps. This is a version from Mindoro and is considered as the most difficult of all pandangos. It was quite unusual and colorful. And this version is what it is written in the module, and which is what I am going to discuss. So, the pandango sa ilap of Mindoro is the female dancer gracefully and skillfully balances three lighted tinghoy or oil lamps, one on her head and one on the back of each hand. Pandango sa ilaw is a waltz-style playful folk dance that exhibits a distinctive fusion and simulates fireflies at dusk or dawn light and flight. And this dance portrays a young man's courtship to a maiden who caught his attention. While performing this dance, a few boys and girls may take part as a town folk or onlookers. They may clap their hands in time to the music, adding life to the dance. This folk dance is what we usually saw. This is one of the most famous Philippine folk dances. So I know we're all familiar to this dance. The costume of this dance is the girls is dressed in balintawak, while the boy is in long red trouser and barong Tagalog. The music used in this dance is the rondalia music, to which the pandango sa ilaw is now commonly danced, was composed by Antonio R. Buenaventura, a national artist for music. At this moment, again, let us watch a video sample of Pandango sa ilaw. Pandango sa ilaw. Music 1, 2, and 3 to a measure. Formation, partners stand about 6 feet apart facing the audience. The 3 lighted oil lamps are placed on the floor between them. The girl stands at the right side of the boy. The oil lamps are of 2 sizes, the one to be placed on the head being larger than the 2 for the hands.
Pandango sa ilaw. Originating from the island where families of fishermen would guide their menfolk back home with candlelit shores. The island's name, Mindoro.
So that was the Pandango sa Ilaw. Now let us move on to another folk dance, which is the Pasakat folk dance. So, Pasakat dance is a French ballroom quadrille which was introduced in the Philippines by the Spaniards and by the Filipinos who returned from travels during the latter part of the 19th century. Ballroom quadrille which means a dance that was fashionable in late 18th or 19th century in Europe and its colonies. Pasakat is originally known as Pas de Quatre or Paso de Cuatro, but then later on, Filipinos corrupted the word and turned it into Pasakat. This Pas de Quatre or Pasakat is similar to Pas de Jokes, a classical ballet term meaning a dance for four. The costume for this dance, the ladies wear the Maria Clara, while the gentlemen wear black trousers with a white embroidered barong Tagalog or long barong Tagalog with a black jacket. The music to this dance is divided in 6 parts: A, B, C, D, and E. Count is 1, 2, 3, 4 to measure in 4 out of 4 time and 1 and 1, 2 and to measure in 12 out of 8 or 12 time. Formation. Dancers stand in square formation. Each couple takes a corner of the square. Ladies stand at the partner's right always. Only 4 pairs are in one square, but any number of the squares may take part. Meaning on this dance, the dancers it has 4 pairs that will form into one square. Or the partners will form a square. Only one square is allowed. That means only 4 pairs. But any number of squares may take part. It means only 4 pairs to form a square, of course. But then it may allowed to have 8 pairs to form 2 squares. It cannot be 6 pairs or 5 pairs because it cannot form a square. So let me show to you an example of Pasakat folk dance. Formation. Dancers stand in square formation. Each couple takes a corner of the square, and ladies stand at the partner's right always. Only 4 pairs are in one square, but any numbers of squares may take part. So that was the Pasakat folk dance. Now let us move on to another folk dance, the last folk dance that I will going to present, and that is the Polka Sala. Polka Sala is a dance originated or typically the dance polka, which considered as the national dance of Bohemia, Czechoslovakia. This dance was the first dances introduced by the early European immigrants to the Philippines and by the Filipinos who had been to Europe. This dance is said to be found in Mindoro. This is an old ballroom dance found in Calapan, Mindoro, in which a dance popularized in the island not later than 1859. This is the dance usually performed as a ballroom dance during fiestas or grand social affairs. This dance during the Spanish regime, the polka was very common and was sometimes combined with other ballroom dances or dance steps like the polka mazurka and the polka balse. So just like the other dances like the pandango sa ilaw, polka have different kind of version also in every locality. Just like in Batangas, the dance was called polka sanayon, while in Visayas, the dance was called polka antigo, as well as in Negros Occidental, it is called polka italiana. And here we come, the polka in Mindoro, which is called the polka sala. So to summarize, this dance, polka sala, is originally a polka dance that was introduced by the European immigrants and later on named as polka sala, renamed type according to the place or the ancestors who name it as what it is. So the costume of this dance is the girls may wear any old style costumes while the boys wear barong Tagalog with black trousers. So the formation is partners hold as in ordinary ballroom dance position. The extended arms remain straight in an old style position. The partners may go in any direction, but formations may be arranged if desired. From 1 to any numbers of pairs may take part. So I am going to show you an example of polka sala, but I am going to apologize because medyo blurry si nga video because I can't find any other sample videos everywhere about polka sala dance. So this is the one and only dance that I found in the internet that represents the polka sala dance. There are other videos that shows, but it is not polka sala. It says that it is not. So that's it. That is the polka sala. So that's all. Thank you for listening. And also thank you for watching.